all starters play.
Touche.
When you put the staff together, one of the things you were asked about was the lack of a former head coach on the team or on the staff for you to sort of bounce ideas off of. How has that played out? And then are you still regularly in touch with Frank in terms of just going through stuff like that?
So I think it's played out. I think it's played out well. I trust the guys, obviously immensely on the staff, that I can bounce ideas off of them as well. We've all been around good coaches too that we were close with as well. So I do have a list of guys that I can call. And yeah, no secret, I was on the phone with Frank yesterday. I was on the phone with Frank the day before that too on my way home. I might have talked to him a little bit more this week than I talked to my wife. So, but yeah, I feel really confident that I can call guys that I trust. And you know what? I got a dad who was a coach, and I got brothers who are coaches too. So I feel like I got a lot of good people in my corner.
What kind of stuff do you and Frank talk about?
Obviously I'm going to keep those a little bit more private, but anything and everything. That's a guy I'm really close to, and it's not just football. It's not just X's and O's. It's demanding the communication with the team, leading the team, and then just life in general as well.
Nick, as far as game management goes, when you're in the guts of the game, obviously you're a play caller, so things come up, timeouts, end of half, end of game, might be a rules thing. Do you have somebody specifically set to look at certain things, whether it is timeouts, challenges, things like that?
I do. I have a couple guys that are helping me out with that. But at the end of the day, everything is gonna fall on me. So and that's my role as the head coach. That no matter what happens in the building, I'm gonna lean on people that are experts in the things. But I know ultimately at the end of the day, everything and every decision is on me.
But are you comfortable saying?
I'm very comfortable with it.
Are you comfortable saying who is responsible for this?
No, because it's a group effort, and so I just rather those questions about if anything happens in game. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that's my decisions, and I have the final decision on all those things. So, I don't think anybody really needs to know that. We know who it is, and all the responsibilities on me.
Where does things stand with Brandon Brooks for Sunday?
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll be up and ready to go.
How about McLeod?
McLeod will be out.
He's out.
Yeah, McLeod will be out.
And Dickerson also.
Dickerson will be out. Yeah.
How have those two guys looked in practice this week?
Really.
They're obviously ramping up and all.
Really good. I've really been pleased with Landon. I'm getting to see Rodney even more since he's working on the scout team a little bit for us, and I'm just seeing every day. I just like to take a second to brag on Rodney, because every day I see why. Every day more and more from the day I got here till now, I see more and more why the guys have voted him a captain. He is a team player. He's a good player. And he just leads by example over and over and over again, and he can be vocal when he needs to. And it's been a great look for our offense this week because Rodney was running the defensive scout.
As far as the Saturday night meetings, what's your approach to that? Are you the kind of coach who puts a lot of thought and preparation into what you say, what you present, or is it more improv?
I've put a lot of thought into it. Just the way my mind works, I kind of think about every scenario we could be in, right? So I think about this first game and what's a good message for the first game. I think about our first home game. This is what I did. This is what I've been doing for the last 5 years, is getting ready for head coach, right? When I figured I got a chance to be a head coach. What you're going to say to a team before your first home game. What you're going to say to a team when you're on a winning streak. What you're going to say to a team when you're on a losing streak. What are you going to say to a team when you're an underdog. What are you going to say to the team when you're favored, right? Hostile environment, guys banged up, late in the year. The list goes on, and I kind of got to talk I'm kind of a nerd, so I kind of got to talk for all those things. But I just, and that's, I value Frank too, because it was, Saturday night with the offense, I was having a lot of these talks with the Colts too on these Saturday nights, prepping it for this time too. So, yeah, I'm prepared for them, and it's whatever the message needs to be that week. I kind of try to figure that out, and I've got a little story planned for it. I got a lot of stories. All right.
What's Focus Friday?
Focus Friday. A lot of people say Fast Friday. I would like to think of it as Focus Friday. I think my experiences is, you know, again, you look at the good teams you've been on, you look at the bad teams you've been on, and or the not so good teams you've been on. And my experience is that on Friday, you know, I always think it starts with the coaches. Like, you've been here, right? You've been working 6 to 10 every night, right? 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., give or take, whatever it is, right? And you do that Monday, and you do that Tuesday, and you do that Wednesday, and you do that Thursday. And then Friday, like, I get to go home and see everybody tonight, right? And see everybody at a decent hour, maybe pick the kids up from school, this and that. So there's a tendency, right, to be, but there, you can't do that in this sport, right? You can't ever sigh and say, right? I gotta. No, you have to be completely focused at the task at hand, and that was my message to them, and that's going to be my message to them on Saturday. To be quite honest with you, it's, hey, what happened the play before? Good, bad, doesn't matter. We have to be completely focused on the task at hand, and that's. So everything that we go through in training camp, everything we go through in practice is prep for us to play in this game. And so I just look at it as a good opportunity to be like, be now, be in the moment, dog mentality, and be here right now. And that's what Focus Friday
You
is.
get to see a ton of Devante this summer. Do you have a pretty good feel for where he is from a comfort perspective and a chemistry perspective with Jalen?
I do. Yeah, I feel good about where he is. I feel good about, you know, his fundamentals, his technique, his ability. Obviously, excuse me. I feel good that, you know, him and Jalen have past history and past chemistry as well. And so I feel good about the chemistry between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Those messages and stories you were talking to us about, you run them by people first before you deliver them to the team?
Tyler, my assistant, he types them all up in PowerPoints and makes them nice and neat. But so I kind of go through it with him. Again, some of these stories some of the stories I've been telling for a while, since they happened to me, whether it was high school, whether it was growing up, or because some of the stories, might be about me. Some of the stories are about other people or whatever it is. So yeah, I kind of prep for it pretty good. So it's not like a public speaking class where I'm sitting there, but I prep, and Tyler's usually the one. I run it by Kevin Patullo every once in a while, Jamal Singleton.
When Frank was here, him and Doug would meet every Saturday. The last guy he met with every Saturday night and they would have like maybe an hour together.
Yeah.
Did you guys do that together?
We started the first year like that. Frank and I started the first year like that, and then we kind of said, hey, we didn't, not that we didn't love the flow, we just changed the flow, right? And we did instead of that hour at the end, we kind of did it intertwined on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and so I kind of like that better. Sure, something might come up Saturday night, and that Shane and I will talk about. Even Sunday morning, you know, that was kind of things. Sunday morning, just reminders here and there. So I've just gotten a little bit out of that habit, but we did start that way as well.
Nick, with Frank, you're so secluded here in this building with all the coaches and players from the start of training camp up through now. Is there value in having an outside voice and just kind of Frank's got different approach.
Yeah,
does that help?
You're saying the advice I get from Frank?
Just talk the conversations you have right now.
Gosh, he's just I can't say enough good things about him. Shoot, I know the city can't either, right? You guys won a Super Bowl with him as offensive coordinator. So he's like a big brother to me. He's like a big brother to me, and I just, again, it's just not football things. It's super helpful to have that. I think you ask anybody in life, you know, to be able to talk through things with problems, good times, bad times, whatever, right? Situations you're going through, like everybody needs somebody like that. I'm just lucky that I have somebody like that in Frank.
You talked about not being able to, get home and see the family until Friday. What's the atmosphere like in the house right now? Are the kids excited for the first game?
I think my youngest, he doesn't know any better right now. My oldest is. He's excited about it. So he's got his he got a Jalen Hurts jersey. That it's been hard to get him out of that jersey, but he's just started school, so my wife has had to get him out of it a couple times to go to school. But so he's excited. It's definitely my oldest son is the most excited at the family.
Nick, do you stress anything additional for road trips or for week one, just in your experience?
Yeah. With road trips, you know, it's the crowd noise that we practice with. I know you guys aren't out there for team periods, but we're practicing, and you probably can hear it out here with the crowd noise going. So there's definitely different things, the communication that you have to handle, this and that. I think you got to always be ready for, in game one, more hands on deck, ready to go. Just because, you know, I feel really confident where we are as in a conditioning standpoint. Very, very excited with Ted Rath and his staff of the plan that we've had to get our guys ready to go. But still, you know, it's still a game that they're playing more plays than they have. It's going to be hot, as we know. So, you know, my experience is, hey, more hands on deck, ready to go. That first game, you know, even if it's 5 plays, you got to roll. If it's 5 plays, go play those 5 plays like you need to, and be a role or a star in your role. And so those are the 2 main things with the road, the noise, you know, really handling that, and then, like I said, game one, just everybody being ready to play, even if you don't think you're gonna.
Couple more guys. When you talk about that plan and obviously the preseason and ramping up from a handful of snaps to a full game, is that kind of baked into your thought? Like, we know we're going to have a couple weeks to get everything.
No, I really feel like, again, the way we've been practicing, we started with, you know, whatever it was, 5 reps in a row, and then we built to 6, then we went to 8, like with the ones, and this week we were, you know, longer drives. Last week we were 12. This week we went back to 10. So I feel like we're ready as far as that goes. Like, I just really confident and committed to the plan that we use to get the guys ready. I've seen them ready to play all those plays and go. But again, the hands on deck is just so you're ultimately ready to, just in case someone needs a blow.
Now that most of the hay is in the barn for preparation standpoint, how are you feeling about your team heading into week one?
Yeah, I'm excited about this team. I see a team that is really close together. I see a team that has continued to improve their fundamentals. You know, I thought yesterday's practice, particularly, I was watching third down on the offense, and we were just really crisp in the fundamentals, you know, in the pass game. And so I was able to, every play I was watching with the guys, I was like, this is exactly how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. And that's a good feeling as a coach, right? To really feel like, you know, we're getting better. And that just goes into our, again, you're not ready for this moment unless you've built to this moment. And that's what we've been trying to do every day. Build, 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 build. Continue to build through the season when other teams plateau. And just try to have that mindset of getting better every day.
Last one.
Nick, on the defensive side, have you decided which players are going to be wearing the headset?
We're still talking through that. We still got a little bit of time. They've been working with a couple different guys at practice, but just still working through that.